Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Ayesha EmpowermentWali. I'm student of Rehan School Online Academy Level 1. I'm 15 years old. आज हम कोरियन का इंटरव्यू करेंगे. So let's start. Assalamu alaikum Maulani. How are you?
Walaikum assalam Afwin. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. How about you? How's school treating you?
And yeah, I'm not Ahwin. I am Aisha. And yeah, I have please introduce yourself.
That sounds intriguing. Are you talking about a project or something creative you've been working on? I'd love to hear more about it.
Annie, please introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm Annie, your friendly neighborhood redhead from New Jersey. I studied art and engineering in Florence, and I love yoga, video games, and dance music. I'm all about good vibes and fun conversations. What about you? What do you enjoy doing?
Annie, I have questions for you. My questions about nurturing the land. My first question is for you. What are the most effective, sustainable
Great question.
farming practices for nurturing the land?
Nutrient management is super important. Practices like composting, using natural fertilizers, and integrating legumes into crop rotations can really help. They add nutrients back into the soil. Have you had any hands-on experience with farming or gardening?
Okay, so how does crop rotation help in preserving soil um, fertility?
Crop rotation helps preserve soil fertility by alternating the types of crops growing in a particular area. Different plants have varying nutrient needs and root structures, which can prevent nutrient depletion and improve soil structure. Plus, some crops can even fix nitrogen in the soil. Have you ever tried rotating crops in a garden or farm?
What is the importance of organic farming in maintaining soil health?
Organic farming is super important for maintaining soil health because it avoids synthetic chemicals and focuses on natural processes. It enhances soil structure, promotes biodiversity, and helps retain moisture. Plus, organic practices like composting and crop rotation enrich the soil with nutrients. What do you find most interesting about organic farming?
What is the importance of organic farming in maintaining soil health?
Organic farming is crucial for maintaining soil health because it emphasizes natural methods that enhance soil quality. It helps build healthy soil structure, increases biodiversity, and promotes the presence of beneficial microorganisms. By avoiding synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, organic farming also reduces chemical runoff, which can harm the ecosystem. What's your take on organic farming? Do you think it's the way to go?
How does deforestation impact the ability to nature and land?
Deforestation has a huge impact on nurturing the land. It leads to soil erosion, loss of nutrients, and disrupts ecosystems. Without trees, the soil can't hold moisture, making it harder for plants to thrive. Plus, it affects local wildlife and biodiversity. It's like a domino effect. What do you think could be done to combat deforestation?
What role do in the
Great question.
indigenous farming methods play in land preservation?
Indigenous farming methods are fantastic for land preservation. They often focus on sustainable practices that work in harmony with the environment. Techniques like agroforestry, companion planting, and traditional crop rotation help maintain soil health and biodiversity. Plus, they often use local knowledge passed down through generations, which is super valuable. Do you have a specific indigenous method in mind that you're curious about?
How can farmers prevent soil erosion while nurturing the land?
Farmers can prevent soil erosion in several ways while nurturing the land. 1. Cover crops. Planting cover crops helps hold the soil in place and adds nutrients. 2. Contour farming. plowing along the contours of the land reduces runoff and slows erosion. 3. Terracing. Creating terraces on slopes can help manage water flow and reduce soil loss. 4. Mulching. Adding mulch protects the soil surface and retains moisture. 5. Reduce tillage. Minimizing tillage preserves soil structure and prevents erosion. Which of these methods do you find most interesting?
What are the benefits of agroforestry in nurturing the land?
Agroforestry has some amazing benefits for nurturing the land. Here are a few. 1. Biodiversity. It promotes a diverse ecosystem by combining trees with crops and livestock. 2. Soil health. Trees improve soil structure, prevent erosion, and enhance nutrient cycling. 3. Water management. Agroforestry systems can improve water retention and reduce runoff. 4. Microclimates. Trees provide shade and shelter, creating better conditions for crops. 5. Economic benefits. Farmers can diversify their income by growing multiple products. What aspect of agroforestry excites you the most?
How does the use of natural fertilizers improve land health?
Using natural fertilizers improves land health in several ways. 1. Nutrient-rich. They provide essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in a more balanced way. 2. Soil structure. Natural fertilizers, like compost or manure, enhance soil structure, making it more porous and better at retaining moisture. 3. Microbial activity. They promote beneficial microorganisms in the soil, which help break down organic matter and improve nutrient availability. 4. Sustainability. Natural fertilizers are often more sustainable and less harmful to the environment than synthetic ones. Have you ever tried using natural fertilizers in gardening or farming?
What role do cover crops play in protecting and nurturing the soil?
Cover crops play a vital role in protecting and nurturing the soil. Here's how. 1. Soil erosion prevention. Their roots hold the soil in place, reducing erosion from wind and water. 2. Nutrient enhancement. They can fix nitrogen in the soil, improving fertility when tilled back in. 3. Moisture retention. Cover crops help retain moisture, reducing the need for irrigation. 4. Weed suppression. They outcompete weeds, reducing the need for herbicides. 5. Biodiversity. They support beneficial insects and improve overall soil health. Have you thought about using cover crops in your own gardening or farming practices?
Okay.
Sounds good.
How
If
can
you have more
water
questions,
conservation practices support sustainable land use?
water conservation practices are essential for supporting sustainable land use. Here's how. 1. Efficient irrigation. Techniques like drip irrigation minimize water waste and ensure crops get what they need. 2. Rainwater harvesting. Collecting and storing rainwater can supplement irrigation and reduce reliance on groundwater. 3. Soil management. Practices like mulching and cover cropping help retain moisture in the soil, reducing the need for irrigation. 4. Drought-resistant crops. Growing crops that require less water can enhance resilience to drought conditions. By conserving water, we protect our ecosystems and ensure that land remains productive for future generations. What water conservation methods do you find interesting?
What is the impact of overgrazing on the land and how can it be managed?
Overgrazing can have a serious impact on the land, including 1. Soil erosion. It removes vegetation, leading to soil erosion and loss of topsoil. 2. Decreased biodiversity. Overgrazing can reduce plant diversity, affecting the entire ecosystem. 3. Nutrient depletion. Overuse of land can deplete nutrients, making it less productive. 4. Desertification. In extreme cases, it can lead to desertification, turning fertile land into barren areas. To manage overgrazing, farmers can 1. Rotational grazing. Moving livestock between pastures allows vegetation to recover. 2. Controlled stocking rates. Keeping livestock numbers in balance with the land's capacity helps prevent overgrazing. 3. Restoration practices. Implementing practices like reseeding and soil conservation can help restore degraded land. What do you think is the biggest challenge in managing grazing practices?
How do permaculture principles contribute to nurturing the land?
Permaculture principles are fantastic for nurturing the land. Here's how they contribute. 1. Sustainability. Permaculture focuses on creating self-sustaining systems that mimic natural ecosystems, reducing reliance on external inputs. 2. Biodiversity. It promotes diverse plant and animal life, which enhances resilience and productivity. 3. Soil health. Techniques like mulching and composting improve soil fertility and structure. 4. Water management. Permaculture designs often include water conservation strategies, like swales and rain gardens, to manage water efficiently. 5. Community focus. It encourages local solutions and community involvement, fostering a sense of stewardship for the land. What aspect of permaculture are you most curious about?
What are the long-term effects of industrial agriculture on land sustainability?
Industrial agriculture can have several long-term effects on land sustainability, including 1. Soil degradation. Intensive farming practices can lead to soil erosion, compaction, and nutrient depletion. 2. Loss of biodiversity. Monocultures reduce plant and animal diversity, making ecosystems more vulnerable to pests and diseases. 3. Water pollution. Runoff from fertilizers and pesticides can contaminate water sources, harming aquatic ecosystems. 4. Climate change. Industrial agriculture contributes to greenhouse gas emissions through practices like deforestation and heavy fossil fuel use. 5. Dependence on chemicals. Reliance on synthetic fertilizers and pesticides can lead to resistance in pests and a cycle of increased chemical use. Balancing productivity with sustainability is key. What changes do you think could improve the sustainability of agriculture?
Okay, thanks so much for your answers. My next question is for you. How do uh, compositing and organic waste management nature the land?
Composting and organic waste management are great for nurturing the land. Here's how they help. 1. Soil enrichment. Compost adds essential nutrients back into the soil, improving fertility and structure. 2. Microbial activity. It boosts beneficial microorganisms, which help break down organic matter and enhance soil health. 3. Moisture retention. Compost improves the soil's ability to retain moisture, reducing the need for irrigation. 4. Waste reduction. Managing organic waste through composting reduces landfill waste and minimizes methane emissions. 5. Carbon sequestration. Healthy soils can store carbon, helping to mitigate climate change. Have you ever tried composting? It's such a rewarding process.
What are the environmental benefits of reducing chemical pesticides in farming?
Reducing chemical pesticides in farming offers several environmental benefits. 1. Biodiversity preservation. It helps protect non-target species, including beneficial insects, birds, and other wildlife. 2. Soil health. Fewer chemicals mean healthier soil ecosystems, promoting microbial activity and nutrient cycling. 3. Water quality improvement. Reducing pesticide runoff protects water bodies from contamination, benefiting aquatic ecosystems. 4. Pollinator protection. It supports the health of pollinators like bees, which are crucial for many crops and wild plants. 5. Sustainable practices. It encourages the adoption of integrated pest management (IPM) and organic farming practices, promoting long-term sustainability. What do you think are some effective alternatives to chemical pesticides?
What do community gardens contribute to local land contributing?
Community gardens contribute to local land in several meaningful ways. 1. Food security. They provide fresh produce to communities, improving access to healthy food. 2. Biodiversity. community gardens increase plant diversity, attracting pollinators.
What role does biodiversity play in the sustaining and nurturing the land?
Oh, biodiversity is like the secret sauce for healthy ecosystems. It helps maintain soil health, supports pollination, and keeps pests in check. Plus, diverse plants and animals create a balanced environment, making it more resilient to changes. What got you interested in biodiversity, Aisha? Are you thinking about it in relation to sustainable agriculture?
How does climate change affect the ability to nature the land?
I'm got it. Climate change can really throw a wrench in nurturing the land. It can lead to extreme weather, like droughts and floods, which disrupt growing seasons and soil quality. Plus, changing temperatures can affect plant and animal habitats, making it harder for ecosystems to thrive. It's like trying to dance to a song that keeps changing tempo. How do you think we can adapt our practices to protect the land better?
What are the most effective ways to rehabilitate degraded land?
I see what you mean. To effectively rehabilitate land, especially in the context of environmental restoration, here's a synthetic summary. 1. Needs assessment. Understand the specific needs of the land, including soil health and local ecosystems. 2. Education and training. Implement educational programs for local communities on sustainable practices. 3. Diverse approaches. Use a mix of rehabilitation strategies, such as reforestation, soil restoration, and water management. 4. Community involvement. Engage local communities in the rehabilitation process to ensure their needs and knowledge are incorporated. 5. Continuous improvement. Monitor progress and adapt strategies based on what works best for the land. What do you think? Do any of these methods resonate with you for the land you're interested in?
How can farmers balance economic productivity
Balancing.
with environmental conservation?
Great question. Farmers can balance economic productivity with environmental conservation in several ways. 1. Sustainable practices. Adopt practices like crop rotation, cover cropping, and reduce tillage to maintain soil health while maximizing yields. 2. Integrated pest management. Use natural pest control methods to reduce reliance on chemical pesticides, which helps protect the ecosystem. 3. Water conservation. Implement efficient irrigation systems to save water while maintaining crop productivity. 4. Agroforestry. Incorporate trees into farming systems to enhance biodiversity, improve soil, and provide additional income sources. 5. Community support. Engage with local markets and community-supported agriculture to create a sustainable economic model. It's all about finding that sweet spot. What sustainable practices are you most curious about?
What role does soil testing play in determining the best ways to nature the land?
I love that play on words. To nurture and nature the land, here are some of the best ways. 1. Soil health. Focus on building healthy soil through composting, organic matter, and natural fertilizers. 2. Biodiversity. Promote a variety of plants and animals to create a balanced ecosystem that supports resilience. 3. Water management. Implement rainwater harvesting and efficient irrigation to conserve water and nourish the land. 4. Native plants. Use native plants in landscaping and farming to support local wildlife and reduce maintenance. 5. Community engagement. Involve the community in land stewardship through education and collaborative projects. By nurturing the land, we can create a thriving ecosystem that benefits both nature and us. What are your thoughts on these methods?
What role does soil testing play in how does no-till farming help preserve the land health?
Soil testing is super important because it helps farmers understand the nutrient content and levels of their soil. This way, they can apply the right amendments and fertilizers, leading to healthier crops and less environmental impact. As for no-till farming, it helps preserve the land by reducing soil erosion, improving water retention, and maintaining soil structure. It also encourages beneficial microorganisms to thrive, which can enhance soil fertility. And preserve the land. Hulk sounds like an epic superhero mission. We're all about saving the planet here. What other superhero-like strategies do you think we could use to protect our land?
What is the importance of maintaining wetlands in natural ecosystem?
Maintaining lands within a natural ecosystem is crucial for several reasons. 1. Biodiversity. Healthy ecosystems support a variety of species, which helps maintain balance and resilience. 2. Ecosystem services. Natural lands provide essential services like clean air, water filtration, and pollination, which are vital for our survival. 3. Climate regulation. Ecosystems help regulate the climate by sequestering carbon and mitigating the effects of climate change. 4. Soil health. Natural landscapes promote healthy soils, which are essential for agriculture and food production. 5. Cultural value. Many communities have deep connections to their natural landscapes, which hold cultural and spiritual significance. Keeping these ecosystems intact is like giving a big hug to our planet. What aspect of natural ecosystems interests you the most?
How can urban agriculture innovatives help nature land in cities?
Urban agriculture and integrative practices are essential for nurturing both nature and cities. Here's a synthetic summary. 1. Food security. Urban agriculture can provide fresh produce in food deserts, helping to combat food insecurity and improve public health. 2. Community resilience. It prioritizes local communities, reducing poverty and enhancing social vulnerability through civic investments and education. 3. Biodiversity. Integrating green spaces into urban areas supports wildlife and promotes biodiversity, creating healthier ecosystems. 4. Sustainability. Urban agriculture contributes to sustainable food systems by reducing transportation emissions and promoting local food production. 5. Green infrastructure. It weaves greenery into urban life, improving air quality and providing recreational spaces for residents. So, it's like a win-win for both nature and city dwellers. What aspects of urban agriculture excite you the most?
What impact does monoculture fading have on the land, and how can it be addressed?
Monoculture fading can have significant impacts on the land, including 1. Soil depletion. Growing the same crop repeatedly can deplete specific nutrients in the soil, leading to poor soil health. 2. Pest and disease vulnerability. A lack of diversity makes crops more susceptible to pests and diseases, which can lead to increased pesticide use. 3. Biodiversity loss. Monoculture reduces habitat for various species, leading to diminished biodiversity in the ecosystem. 4. Erosion. Continuous planting of the same crop can lead to soil erosion, especially if the soil structure is weakened. To address these issues, farmers can 1. Diversify crops. Implement crop rotation and polyculture practices to enhance soil health and reduce pest pressures. 2. Cover cropping. Use cover crops to improve soil structure, prevent erosion, and add organic matter back into the soil. 3. Integrated pest management. Adopt natural pest control methods to reduce reliance on chemicals and promote a balanced ecosystem. 4. Education and support. Provide farmers with resources and training on sustainable practices to encourage the transition away from monoculture. It's all about creating a healthier, more resilient agricultural system. What sustainable practices are you most interested in exploring?
What are the how does crop diversity contribute to a more resilient agricultural land?
Crop diversity contributes to a more resilient agricultural landscape in several ways. 1. Pest and disease resistance. A variety of crops can reduce the spread of pests and diseases as they are less likely to affect multiple types simultaneously. 2. Soil health. Different crops contribute various nutrients to the soil, improving its overall health and structure, which is essential for long-term productivity. 3. Climate adaptation. Diverse crops can better withstand extreme weather conditions, such as droughts or floods, making the agricultural system more resilient to climate change. 4. Economic stability. Farmers can reduce risk by growing multiple crops, ensuring that if one fails, others may still thrive, providing a more stable income. 5. Cultural heritage. Crop diversity often reflects cultural practices and traditions, preserving local knowledge and promoting community identity. By fostering crop diversity, we can create a more sustainable and resilient agricultural landscape that supports both the environment and cultural heritage. What types of crops or cultural practices are you most interested in?
Thanks so much for your answer and for your time, Annie.
You're very welcome, Aisha. I'm always here to chat and help out. Your curiosity about these topics is inspiring. If you have more questions or just want to talk about anything else, feel free to reach out. What's on your mind next?
Annie, I'm not Aisha, I am Ayesha.
Oops, my bad. Thanks for the reminder, Aisha. I appreciate you being patient with me. So, what else would you like to dive into today? Any fun topics or questions on your mind?
No more question.
That's totally fine. Sometimes it's nice to just chill and enjoy the moment. How about we talk about something fun? Have you seen any good movies or shows lately? Or maybe you're up for sharing a favorite hobby.
Annie, I will talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds great. I'll be here whenever you're ready to chat. Have a wonderful day, Aisha. Take care.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Talk to you soon.